every house, whoever makes the meal has at least one portion in excess because they don't want you to run out of food. That is the reason for that very high moisture rate, which incidentally was the reason why the Kunumole in Kilapani was closed. The mayor of Colombo told us that because our waste is too moist. Now I have developed something else in that. I do not eat any rice, bread or sugar. I eat green vegetables, what we were, human beings were designed to eat. So I have zero waste. And I'm 81 years old and now I can sprint 50 meters. I don't have to go to the toilet. I can go to Bettolo on the trains without needing to go to the toilet. Old people, remember that. My garden was featured in the Sunday Times. You can come and see. I have a forest garden because we have denuded our soil. If there is no compost and detritus on top of that, you are skinned your soil. The British who came here didn't know about tropical agriculture. Now in America, can we do this? I'm sure our president is so famous now. In America, they have lorries, trucks, with big chip making machines. So anybody who is cutting a tree or branches, just phone them, they come there, it becomes chip, it goes into a dumper and it's taken to the farm. We can get second-hand ones from there, we will repair them, no problem. But if every Kredi Sabha has this, we can heal our soil. Because if there is soil that you can see the sand and the mud, that's skin. You know, it's like taking the skin off your body. That's what it is. I've got a video on this. I've got a lot of videos on all these sort of things. Simple things as he was saying. Very simple. But we can put that into practice. Thank you.
You talked about the glass factory. Because I'm very interested in glass recycling.
Yes.
Where is this? Is it in Morocco, University of Morocco?
No, now it's earlier the glass factory used to be at Ratmalana. Now it's moved to Horana. Yeah, but they do have a they have a collection service. So
Where would I find out?
hopefully the Recyclers Association at some point will have this information out. But you just look at glass collection. Yeah. But in the other way, it's you take to the normal the Botal Patra, and that's also there's a collection mechanism. But we were hoping that there will be much more publicized collection mechanism coming in.
So Ajith, you know me. About a year ago, I listened to a lecture where you talked about the Arpico biogas machine, which I went and bought. So I just want to relay my story so everybody here understands. I came to live in Sri Lanka in 2013, in November, and at that time my father was putting 4 bins of garbage out to the waste. And what I did was I bought that biodigester machine from Arpico, which is very difficult, by the way, because Arpico doesn't, when half the people in Arpico don't know it exists. But I did find it. And a very clever young man called Srimal Tissera, he came and he helped us to install this. My driver did all what was required to prepare. And we send no organic waste out of my house. And the methane, the LPG thing that we buy, which we used to buy every month, we now buy every 3 months. And I have a liquid fertilizer for my very beautiful garden. So my plants are very, very happy. So I have zero waste as far as organic waste going out of my house. I have saved money. And I actually also have something for my trees. Every Monday, the driver empties this. In addition to this, I did try to explain to my staff, the household help that we have, about the concept of recycling. And it was lost on these people. So then I decided the best thing to do was to say to them, you can recycle coconut shells, tins, glass, paper, cardboard, and all the money you make, you guys can go and buy sweep tickets. So we have zero waste going out of my house because my staff recycle everything that goes out of that house. So I just wanted to tell everybody that all of this is really possible and it's really worth doing.
Thank you. Yeah, it's the last lecture that you, that came. So good to have the biogas positive. Well, this caterpillar appears to have existed, known. So this, interestingly, it's an identification of, after this, putting this caterpillar by this person into this bag. So it's not an owl or any modified organism. So need to look at it, and I'm pretty sure it's getting looked into. But what you're identifying is identifying the chemical, particular chemical that is responsible for this, and that knowledge will be now transferred across. So I cannot give a 100% answer on what transpired on the other side or what this caterpillar has been doing elsewhere, but it's a very interesting observation and based discovery.
I was thinking, you have shown a number of school children in America who are recycling and so on very successfully. What about moving towards getting this introduced into school, Professor Ajit? I mean, it'll take a delay of 5 to 10 years certainly then before they start working. But I should have thought that that's the best thing to do now, because children pick things up very, very fast. And then you've got the ideas in, rather than this man emptying his whole bag into one of the bins and so on. That's it.
It's happening now. School program is on. One area that's been looked at for minimization straight away had been the schools. And in some schools, I think it's practice. You cannot place, you have to take everything back home. And then you would bring in boxes and you don't have this bag. So there has been an issue. And I think there are 2 major schools in Colombo that has now gone zero. I'm not sure it is Visakha and Devi Balika or 2 girls' schools.
They could be trained to put them into the different...
Yeah, it's just that, considering the Sri Lankan day school system, you're not bringing much waste anyway. They are not supposed to generate much waste in the first place, unless you have hostels and that. So that has to be addressed separately.
No, I was thinking introducing it into the
colored bins are there.
The curriculum into whatever subject. The children will pick it up immediately, and in 5 years you'll see the result.
No, a lot of efforts has gone into this area, but what we don't see are the results of that.
It will take some time. Yeah. They are children, no?
Thank you very much. We've quite over on time now. This is a very interesting, informative talk by Professor Ajit Dialvis on Colombo's garbage, its options, the future, recycling, type of dumping, waste management. It covered the whole gamut. Thank you very much, Professor Ajit Dialvis, for gracing this occasion and delivering this talk today. It's a very kind of immediate and pressing issue for Colombo, because all of us have to deal with the changing attitudes and the changing city and its attitude to garbage. Thanks again.